What's up guys, it's Avery, hope you're all doing well out there. Today we're going to be talking about some super popular items that I can actually get behind. This is items that are worth their hype. Today we're going to be going over some items that you'll see on the Instagram Explore page, some good shoes out there, some whole collections that have just received a lot of recognition and things like that. Oftentimes I feel like it's really easy to want to go against the grain and pull apart these ideas that are so popular, but I want to talk about items that are popular and hopefully deservingly so. And all of these are going to be items for the fall-winter season right now in 2018 that'll soon be on sale, which is why a perfect partner for this video is ShopTagger. It's an awesome extension for monitoring certain items going on sale, when certain websites finally start their end of season sale, and also when stuff gets back in stock. But I'll show you how to do it right here. There'll be a link down below. You go to the ShopTagger website and install the button to your toolbar. Super simple, the steps are right here in front of you, and this is how you use it. So for example, if I wanted to look for some Tabby loafers, oh gosh, they're on Essence, but they're $700 right now. Don't want to spend that money. I know Essence has some crazy end of season sales. You just click this Save to ShopTagger button. You can select what price drop you want to be notified at. You can add it to a certain list. For example, I have a list for all of these items that will most likely be on sale for Black Friday for you. So keep these items in mind. Use ShopTagger for Black Friday. And also it can send you a push notification if you have the app. So it's killer all around, and thank you to them for making this video possible. And of course, the first item that we have to talk about on this channel are Tabby. Tabby boots have of course become exponentially popular in the women's wear area of things, but I made a whole video on it following the entrance into the menswear section. You had of course those German armies, loafers, boots, heels, the scuba ones. You have iridescent ones now for women's. There's a little bit of everything, and being such an iconic first signature shoe for the Maison, and these are definitely due to go on sale, so maybe this is something that you want to add to your ShopTagger lists. Definitely a shoe that deserves its popularity because of its rich history and ahead of the curve nature that it was conceived by the Maison back then. I don't want to talk about it too much because I have a whole video, I'll link up here or down below for you guys to check out. I will say there's a few funny things going on over at that house with the Tabby fusions and whatever else. Nevertheless, I will always be able to get behind a good, clean pair of Tabby loafers or boots, either or, gorgeous things. Alright, I have to give it up. I know I've been pretty critical on the whole Undercover 2001 Worlds Colliding and being a bit disappointed by it. But I do think that there are some standout pieces that worth being on your Instagram Explore page. You've probably seen like the all over print stuff, which I have said I'm not too fond of, but especially when it comes to logos on t-shirts, whatever. But I will say that Howl bag is to die for. It's really cool that that super realistic, or I guess, what would you call that? Recreated padded jacket was made and available to actually be purchased. Even though it might be $3,000. It's really cool, but I didn't really like it on the runway show, and it really doesn't look that nice, I guess. It's just a novelty piece. So I have to give it to the sweatpants. The fleece sweatpants look really pretty. All of the trims are really nice. The details are cool with the patch. The Howl logo I think is actually applicable here. It should be used here. Maybe a bit bastardized on other pieces of clothing, so maybe these aren't worth it just due to that. But I will say, I like these sweatpants. There are some good colors. You can dress up like the different astronauts, and I dig the fleece material. It seems like these days, when it comes to Undercover, Comb, whatever else, people just wait for the end of season sales. So if these are available, maybe you want to look out for them down below. I'll link everything in this video. 2001 Undercover, and also check out the normal clothes too, the ones that weren't deeply rooted in some 2001 intellectual property, because I actually really liked those. There you go. Also, that How bag I haven't seen on the market at all, so who knows about that one. 80s, of course. 80s is a Scandinavian brand, a Swedish brand that started off in footwear with an idea of some trendy, edgy, most importantly, gender-neutral sneakers, just for the new generation that there wasn't really anything in the market. And they really knocked it out of the park as far as that goes. You can't really get on social media without seeing them somewhere or every once in a while. And recently they released some jeans that I want to talk to you guys about because I've heard so many people ranting and raving over them. I saw them in opening ceremony and a few other stores now, and they're really nice. I think that they deserve the attention. And as far as being a well-made, decently priced item, I definitely can say that I do stand behind it. I really liked the Ben's fit, which was an actual straight leg jean that both men and women can wear, thank God, and they have a really good rigid structure. They have a nice natural pair. They do some cool tartans. The moment you've all been waiting for, can't believe it's about to be said, the Balenciaga Trail Runner. I actually really think that this should be on the list, mainly because of the whole saying that a band has so many years to make their first album and then they only have 6 months afterwards or whatever it is. The Triple S was a phenomenon in luxury fashion, appealing to the masses, and just how runway shows are more about accessories and more about marketing those accessories to the consumer rather than for fashion writers, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. And I think the Trail Runner is a really, really great follow-up for Balenciaga, both in terms of design and in terms of marketability or a business plan for them, because when you're a major fashion house and you have all the stake in you, that's what it really comes down to, and I think they knocked it out of the park. I've seen a lot of people, especially retailers, marketing the shoe as a very technical, super well-crafted athletic sneaker, and that just isn't the case. But what I do 100% stand behind is that Balenciaga, it's a perfect meme. It's a perfect meme. It is taking the classic trail, Asics, whatever else sneaker, and creating a caricature of it and making it well made, but not necessarily $1,000 more than an Asics shoe well made, but not $1,000, but you guys get the picture. And taking all of these characteristics and blowing them up out of proportion, the double lacing, the cage system. I really love it, and it looks gorgeous and hilarious. I will say, if anything, I don't like the heel of it, but maybe that's a good takeover from the Triple S to this model, so it's still super over-exaggerated. I don't know if these are going to go on sale or not this fall, but you never know. And I have to give props to whoever is on their design team for following up the Triple S with this shoe. So there you go, had included on this list. Now we're going to revert and talk about some clothing. This is a whole collection, Calvin Klein Autumn Winter 18, more specifically 205 West 39th, whatever. We just saw all of the Jaws, Graduation, Scuba, whatever else was on the runway for Spring Summer 19. But I really think that this season is great, and the reason I want to, this season being Autumn Winter 18, was stronger, and the reason I want to bring it up is because it might be one of the last times a lot of the stuff hits sale, just like the past few seasons, where people are still weary to adopt it. So you'll see a lot of styles go on sale. Where I'm coming from is just a few nights ago, Kaylee and I went to the opening night of this Warhol exhibition at the Whitney, and that is heavily sponsored by Calvin Klein. All of the employees there and some of our friends were wearing some gorgeous looking pieces. There's that Wile E. Coyote sweater that our friend Courtney was wearing, and that was super killer in person, but very expensive. So hopefully it'll reach like a 40% off or something like that. Also, some of the items are fairly affordable, like the balaclava, and also the footwear. I think they really killed footwear and handbags, so maybe I'll see that go down in price too. but I think as far as American fashion goes, it's a really exciting time. I don't know, I think that's totally up for you to be the judge of for yourself, if you like the whole outside perspective on Americana or not. But as far as the product goes, it looked really beautiful, and I think that season, with all of the flame retardant clothes and whatever else, was a lot stronger than what's coming up, and it will probably go on sale. So that's a perfect combo, might want to be something you look out for. The Comme des Garçons Homme Moab definitely deserves to be a popular sneaker in my opinion. Maybe even get more recognition in comparison to last or past CDG Nike collaborations like that 180 that was pretty popular in the streetwear scene last season, and shoes such as that. So the Moab is a past Nike ACG, or all conditions gear, sneaker model, and I think this time around this sneaker fit perfectly, effortlessly into the Fall Winter 18 collection, which of course had those giant padded dinosaur heads and the very childish but pure elegant clothing. A really, really good show, and I love this sneaker. It is that classic Moab model that I mentioned, but it has some really cool overlays with some extra fabric. The toe box is gorgeous with sort of like a dinosaur reptilian skin to it. And I love, love, love the detail of, instead of ACG, you get CDG on the little collar there. Gorgeous little touch. In some places have even put them on sale already. So I think these you'll definitely find on sale this fall season, and it might be a good sneaker for you for fall, or the white pair for spring. I definitely like the white pair better. And I don't know, just Comme des Garçons in general, you might want to look for their Nike collaborations, because especially for the more sculptural, artisanal women's ready-to-wear, such a tongue tie. They do some really cool stuff. Platform Cortezes, and they're bringing back Nike Shocks now. So some really cool stuff. The Moab definitely gets a stamp of approval, for sure. Next up, also a pair of sneakers, and more specifically a pair of trail trainer Asics sneakers, Kiko Kostadinov Asics. There has been 3 releases now, I believe, a bunch of different colorways on different silhouettes, and I think they all deserve their popularity. I think the recent ones might be my favorite. I really just like a more stable sole, a more bulky shoe, and I think these have that and are still super down to earth. But also more than just the Asics that could potentially be on sale for you guys and are worth their hype. But the label as a whole, Kiko Kostadinov, finally is getting the popularity he deserves. Has that great workwear, techy, eccentric, but also a bit timeless style. You have the cross shoulder bag, some really nice sweaters, pants with triple pleats, jackets with really interesting closures, a bunch of really awesome items, and this season specifically has had way more retailers stock Kiko Kostadinov's work, so it's definitely more readily available versus when I got those shorts from the Trading Museum in Paris. So that is awesome to see, and it's finally available for you. Even though it might not be my favorite collection, you can finally get it, and it should be hitting sale. I say that every time, but it's always good to save some money. I know I've cried about these on this channel before, but I don't know on what video. For Raf Simons' Fall Winter 18 collection, we saw on the runway these reimagined bunny boots, which is of course the cold weather military boot that Raf Simons and other designers have taken on before to use as footwear. But for this collection it was special. It was that same sort of rubber large toe boot with that smallish heel, but they had a slimmer silhouette. They still had a big toe, they were still a nice rain boot or cold weather boot, perfect for the fall in the cream and the black that the bunny and the Mickey boots have had. But it had a different silhouette, and I know I've seen these in store, but I can't remember where. I think it might have been at DSM. I definitely need to keep my eye out. I haven't been able to find these online at all, trying to find them for this video. So if anybody knows where, hit me up down in the comments, somewhere in store. This is awesome because it's a more wearable version, but it also still has an extended height. It's still exaggerated. It still is over the top, but also purposeful at the same time. So it's a good mix of things. These are like Spike from Cowboy Bebop's boots mixed with the actual military bunny boot or Mickey boot. So I really dig the silhouette, and hopefully you can find them somewhere if you're really interested in these. I did like some items from the clothing, but as far as all of the logoed stuff were direct references, and a few questionable items like that space bracelet for $3,000. I don't know, but I dig these boots, brought them back, brought them to life. Good stuff. And finally, we're going to finish it up with an item that I think hasn't gotten enough hype, that deserves more attention. Although in the small quantities it's been made, it has been selling out. You definitely haven't seen these come across your Instagram Explore page or something like that. And that is Mihara Yasuhiro's reimagined, deformed, disgusting Converse. So taking that traditional American sneaker, and he has done this in the past with similar sneakers, but this time around, it is, I don't know, it's so perfect for me. It scratches that itch. It is melted and disformed and misshapen. A few different models with canvas, some with leather, and all of them have that same sole. That's really interesting. So that might be something you want to look out for. I know Essence has a few pairs left, but other ones, like with that same colorway that J.W. Anderson has used, have been selling out. So maybe those in Japan can really get their hands on them. But I know there's a few stockists with these, and they're super cool. Maison Mihara Yasuhiro. You definitely want to check these out. These are an awesome sneaker. And that is it. Those are the items that are worth their hype for Fall Winter 18. Stuff that's popular, but will hopefully end up going on sale for you guys. Stuff that I think deserves its attention in the spotlight, because sometimes it's hard to pick those items out. Thank you guys for watching very much. Kaylee and I are in New York. That's why we are in an Airbnb, of course, but we're apartment hunting, so hopefully it's the end of the 8-month stretch of Airbnb backdrops. So that's exciting. But hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other fun concepts or questions you want me to tackle, hit me up down in the description, down in the comments, and of course, let me know what your guys' favorite, most popular items are. Some hyped items that you think are worth their popularity. So until next time, everyone do me one last favor. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys. Take care.